What's up YouTube? This is my episode 4 of my Empire Never Give Up. So this time I'm using Empire against High Elves. First let's just check my opponent's army. So he's got a Tyrian on a horse and a Lord Master of Health on food. I mean, there's no mount available here, right? He's a very good caster plus a anti-infantry melee character. Very good melee stats, and he can dish out a lot of pain into infantries. And he's got 2 white knights, 2 sword masters, 3 sea guards, and 1 archer unit. And last but not the least, 1 spearman unit for his infantry. And all the way here, he's got 2 units of silver halbs. It's a very elite infantry-based army paired with silver halbs. So let's check my army. I got a very genetic Empire build. So a General of the Empire on Griffin with Foe Seeker, 4 great swords as my main line, 3 spearsmen at the back protecting 3 handguns, and 1 of them is the silver bullets. 2 demi halbs, 1 of them is the one owning Royal End of Griffiths. 2 casters actually. Nah, just 1 caster. Jade Wizard on foot with regrowth. And let's see how this battle goes. So first thing, we both can't see each other at this point because the Empire Bridge, the turret piece here just blocking the land side. So first thing, I'm pushing forwards with my lord to have a look of what I'm facing. And as you can see here, I had a very good look of all his army, and then I just decided to pull back.
No lingering. Yes, sir.
Speed up a little bit. So basically, I'm very hesitant to push forward. The reason behind that is because when I see white knights and sword masters, I know that my great sword is gonna match poorly against them. And if we both rush forward, let's say we both meet here, and the infantry fight is gonna end horribly for me. So I definitely need to play a patient game. So right now I'm trying to do some sneaking stuff. I try to use my 2 great swords pair my 2 demis to maybe do some harassment on those silver halbs, but then I quickly give up because all archers are firing into my great swords already, and this is a very bad position. You don't want to be shot at from an upper hill. So I decided to put entire army just back because I don't really want to engage down here, because you can see the slope is pretty huge. I don't really want to fight a downhill battle there, so I'm pulling back. Speed up a little bit. So he decided to fire into my lord a little bit, did some damage, and he realized his strength set, because these archers, they actually have a very good arc, plus they have a better range than my handguns. So which means, and also they have 4 of them, and I only have 3 handguns. So in a skirmish battle, my handgun's gonna lose. So in this battle, pretty much my front line gonna lose, my range infantry gonna lose. It's all up to these 2 demis to do work actually, because demis can beat those silver halbs. That's the only thing I am at advantage of. Besides that, all this bit just gonna lose horribly to high elves. And maybe my general is gonna do a lot, but as you can see in this game, it might surprise you. So he's pushing forward, and right about here, because he moved down, so I decided to, okay, never mind, just rush. Because if I fight the fight here, which is way better than fighting here. That's my theory. And right now this unit of Greatsword is getting focus fired by 4 of them. As you can see, they take a lot of damage already. Right now I'm just pushing forward from all directions and just attack. Just you know, I don't want to be caught like you know, just kiting or whatever, or dodging fights. I want none of that for sure. So right here, he casted a Shen onto my General of the Empire, which did a little bit damage. And here, I don't really want to rush my Great Swords just ahead, simply because I don't really want to fight the uphill battle here. And meanwhile, I'm using my demis to push in, try to get some damage. And here, my handguns did some damage to this spearman unit, but the ideal target might be those white knights though. So demis pushing into this blob, same as this demi and this great sword is gonna push into this blob. I used my lord to land into the blob as well. So basically I'm trying to just punch a hole in the meat and just rout everything. At least that's my thoughts. And meanwhile, as you can see, while all the action going on, I actually put 2 spearsmen and 1 great sword unit to the flank. So the idea behind this is I want to use these 2 spearsmen to block any flanking maneuver from those silver hams, while I use this great sword unit to just do a flanking maneuver myself. Try to maybe get to those archers. And I'm using this spearman unit to try to flank as well, while this great sword is gonna get slaughtered by the swordmasters. And the center fight actually went well for me, and I casted an Earthblood on this blob as well. And he used Archer on one of my handguns, as you can see. I quickly put my handguns back because I don't really want them to just die to Archer fires. Meanwhile, I noticed that this Swordmaster unit is actually murdering my great swords. So I put back all my demis and just rush into them and quickly just get a full surround and manage, you know, to maybe manage to kill them off right here. And he finally moved his silver hams, and most likely they're gonna get a very good flank as well from the look. So swordmasters are not gonna have a good day here, but the front line, as you can see here, my great swords are not doing so hot as well. My lord is up in the sky again and trying to do some harassment. And one thing, I think he forgot his Normaster actually, for some reason. And then I quickly noticed that the threat right now is those silver hams, because they managed to sneak through completely and just bypass my spearsmen, and right now they have a very clear charge at my handguns, which is something I don't want. So I quickly put both of my demi from here to get a counter charge on those silver hams. Meanwhile, I'm using my 2 handguns to focus fire into this silver ham unit. As you can see, I only managed to stop 1 silver ham unit, and these 1 unit still just made it through and did some very good damage on my silver bullets. And here I definitely didn't pay attention. I think I misclicked or something, because there's absolutely no reason for my lord to dive in at this point. Right now, as you can see, the command has been given to pull my lord out, but I think it's just far too late. Because the ideal situation might be use my lord to engage those archers, even this bit, to help the great swords to wipe them out. But the thing is, my lord somehow just engaged into this blob and just died to Tyrion. Meanwhile, the backline worked pretty well for me, but I lost my lord. which is quite horrible actually.
Yes,
So
Lord.
right now I wiped out all of his silver halbs, and I still have 2 healthy handguns and 1 barely dark handguns left. I have 1 great swords, 1 spearman, 2 spearsmen, and 2 demi-greaves. And I kept them alive by keep casting those regrowths on them.
Taking position!
So right now I'm using my handguns to pepper this swordmaster unit while using these 2 demis to just engage those white knights and those swordmasters here. And my lord is gone.
Powder dry!
Tyrion managed to make into my handgun line, which is kinda bad. I'm responding by putting my demis back and straight up into Tyrion. This matchup, Tyrion not gonna do so hot because demis are still a very good anti-large unit, despite the fact they now die very quick, but they still dish a lot of damage out. Those silver halbs made into my half-dead handguns, which is not good for me. Those swordmasters about to make into my silver bullets, which is not good either.
Shoot them!
And right here, my demi is actually not really doing that great job in terms of killing Tyrion.
Sigma!
You can see both my demis took a lot of damage.
Taking position!
So I decided to put them out. I decided that, okay, if I stick my demis there for too long, they're just gonna die to infantry. So I have to deal with these 2 threats first. I need to take care of those silver halbs, and I need to take care of the swordmasters. This unit of great swords coming back for another real charge on into those sea guards. And my handgun's gonna fire into those swordmasters as well, but in game 2 they're having a hard time to shoot. Okay, right now they're firing, which is a good sign.
At speed! Ready! Moving now!
My lord decided to come back, but he's gonna rout sometime like a bit later and just completely shatter.
Sigma! Preserve us! Quick march! In range! To battle!
Okay, so right now I'm losing the infantry fight here, and this great sword unit is actually being team ganked down by all 4 units of the high elves, and also getting shot in the back, which is very bad. I casted another regrowth onto my
Moving now!
royal end of sacrifice,
We obey!
and
For the Warhammer!
I'm using my another demi halbs to chase the swordmasters out.
At speed!
My remaining 1 healthy handgun still firing to those white knights,
Shoot them!
but they are getting shot at by those archers. As you can see, the archers actually did a lot of damage to them.
Quick march!
So here, I think here is where he made a mistake.
Quick march!
He's pushing forward and using Tyrion to engage my royal end of sacrifice alone, which, as you can see here, if we zoom in, Tyrion actually got a full surrounded by my royal end of sacrifice. This is the situation where Tyrion gonna take a lot of damage very fast. And as you can see, those 3 units are on foot. They are not gonna make it in time. And here, I decided to use these demi-greaves to push in, maybe deal with those archers.
Sigma! Preserve us!
And here I'm using the spearmen to just blocking all 3 of units while my royal end of sacrifice killing Tyrion at the back. I think this is one moment which actually won me the game.
Power of nature!
He's using a damage spell on me, but Tyrion is dying one way or another.
Position!
And those damage actually made into sea guards.
No!
But I think Demis are not gonna do that well against them.
Gay red!
Okay, finally Tyrion decided to give up, and right now I cast another regrowth onto those Royal End of Griffiths, and also I have to make sure they chase Tyrion out of the map. So right now here I have to kite with my Jade Wizard because there's nothing he can do to fight all these 3 units. And those damage route. Because Seagulls are actually anti-large spearmen, so they are actually doing decent damage to Demis now, given Demis now have very poor health pool. Okay, right now Tyrion finally died, as you can see here. So I'm gonna pull both my demis and regroup them and just try to play from there. Lawmaster actually managed to single-handedly chase out one of my spearman units. Okay, demis are coming back for the support for the Drake Wizard to deal with those 2 units, and Great Swords are coming in as well. Right now on the map, I have 2 very dead Great Sword units and Spearmen over there in the forest. I have a 1 Spearman unit on the field. I have a half-dead handguns, which is now firing at the Lawmasters, and I managed to beat up those 2 units alongside with my Jade Wizard and Royal End of Griffiths. Right now, all of a sudden, it looks not that bad for me. He casted another damage spell. I have problem pronounce this spell. Melkoth, might is fine. Anyways, so that basically does a bit damage and also slow my units down. Handguns are still firing into the Lawmaster, and finally managed to rout him before he barely reached the line. He actually killed like a bunch of the handguns. So my spearmen actually engaged those handgun archers, and right now finally the high elves decided to give up. Phew. So yeah, that's about it. If you like the video, please consider subscribe, and there will be more coming. Peace.